My name is Allison Bierman, and I'm a 31-year-old member of this community, a daughter, a sister, a Catholic, a friend, and a wife. But since I was a little girl, the one title I've always wanted to have most is mother. My husband and I have worked with the doctors at the University of Iowa to make that dream a reality by undergoing IVF, with 6 rounds of IVF in 6 years. In 2021, I finally got pregnant via IVF, only to find out that I was experiencing an ectopic pregnancy. To make matters worse, my body did not realize that there was a problem, and my pregnancy continued to develop. I was so devastated that after all this time, a pregnancy was actually developing, just not in the right place to be viable. I was merely surviving, trying to get from point A to point B, from point B to point C. I dissociated from myself and was able to put my trust in my doctors to do what was necessary to save my life. It was only after the fact of coming through the haze of this trauma that I was able to accept the fact that I technically had an abortion, and I needed that abortion in order to save my life. If I didn't, I'd likely be dead. Now, I am considered at high risk for a repeat ectopic pregnancy and have since had 3 more miscarriages, the last of which landing me in the hospital from complications. Each time, I was able to count on my doctors to provide necessary medical interventions. The day Roe v. Wade was overturned, I felt sad, scared, and angry. I called my IVF clinic to help provide me answers of what to do if this inevitably became law in Iowa, and they were at a loss at what to do if I have an ectopic again. Today, I am now forced to face the reality of this ban hanging over the heads of me and my doctors as my husband and I undergo our 7th round of IVF, this time by the blessing of a donor embryo. I don't recognize where I live anymore. This does not feel like a free country to me when I now have to consider fleeing to another state to get life-saving health care when all I'm trying to do is be a mother. I am probably the last person on earth who would ever choose to have an abortion, but that wasn't my reality, and it was just that, a choice between life and death. My choice belongs to me, not to lawmakers, not to Marionette Miller Meeks, not even to Christina Bohannon. If you support this ban, you don't support me or my family. If you support this ban, you think I should be in prison or dead. It's not hyperbole, it's that simple. I want to thank Christina for inviting me to speak today. And when you vote for your choice of Congresswoman, I invite you to think about all the women in your life that this ban will affect. Perhaps they're not so different than me, a Catholic woman who just wants to be a mom.